Good morning to all of you. Welcome back to the Namaste Experience. It's so good to see some fresh new faces, and every beloved that could ever possibly exist is right here in this room right now, because there's only one of us, right? Therefore, whatever room you're in, every possible expression of that beloved is here right now. And that's what we celebrate. And this is a time of celebration, isn't it? With all the weirdness and bizarre stuff that's going on, what else could we do but celebrate that there is an answer, and it's so simple. God is breathing in my heart. God is breathing in my heart. That's the only answer we need right now, isn't it? Just to know that, to remember that it's happening. It really is happening. It's not going to happen. It didn't happen before. It's happening right now. We can celebrate that, yes? That's a good thing to celebrate. And we're also going to celebrate that today's Thursday, which means Neil Rogan is with us, and I'm going to bring up Neil in just a moment. We always love when Neil is here. And, oh yeah, but before we do that, we have to share our opening prayer and welcome. So let me bring this up online, and we'll share this together. Yeah. Okay, here we go. My soul has but one goal: to awaken to the truth that is forever true. My heart has but one desire: to remember the passion of infinite bliss. My mind has but one focus: to embrace the reality that is forever real. I choose to awaken now to the infinite love that is my source. I give everything to this love, just as it has given everything to me. I am awake now. How is everyone today? Awake and ready. How feels everyone today? Awake and ready. And so it is. That felt good, didn't it? To be awake and ready. So Neil, I'm going to invite you to just come on up, and you'll sit down next to me. And we're going to read together, the two of us, one of the master teacher within lessons that came this morning. So it's like the chicken just laid the egg. So we're getting a fresh egg here. And inside this egg is the whole potential of the entire universe. Oh, he needs his glasses, of course.
I can't hear without. Thank you.
Oh, are you trying to lift him up a little bit, Chris? Chris just put some pillows here. It's going to make us roughly there. There we go. Perfect. All right. Okay, you ready, Neil? So I decided that I would read this first, and then I'm going to just let Neil begin this expansion and just allow that grace to flow through him and share whatever he's led to share. So take a deep breath. This is the master teacher within you, because there's only one master teacher, and it is you, the you with a capital Y. So listen to this, knowing that truth. Why would you deprive yourself of anything when everything has been given to you from the one who knows who you really are? I love always reading the first sentence twice, because it's always in the first sentence that the hook lands. You know, if you're fishing and you feel a fish nibbling at the hook, you want to land that, you want to get them with that first line. So listen to it one more time. Why would you deprive yourself of anything when everything has been given to you from the one who knows who you really are? If you truly knew this, then you would only give, just as God only gives. For you would know that the kingdom expands within you every time you offer love. The kingdom expands within you every time you offer love, which is the kingdom of God. That's what the kingdom of God is. You've been looking for this outside yourself, trying to claim something that has already been secured within you. It is secure because anything that is truly given is automatically wholly received. Anything that is truly given is automatically wholly received. That's what truly given means. The only way that you can understand this lesson is for you to act as God and to give yourself wholly to each moment, to act as the divine and give yourself wholly and completely to each moment. Why would you hold back when you feel the light of heaven radiating so strong and bright? Why would you seek to limit this flow of infinite grace when you feel this unlimited source expanding within you? Are you afraid that you'll reach the point where this expansion breaks the boundary that you claimed as your reality? That if you keep expanding in this love, that it's going to somehow break you? I promise you that no such point will ever be reached. For you are as unlimited in your expansion as is your creator. That is a very important point. You are as unlimited in your expansion as is your creator. This also must mean that you are unlimited in your ability to give this sacred gift as well. For the unlimited and eternal source of all reality created and maintains you. The unlimited source of all reality created and maintains you. The only question left in your mind is, how do I do this? How do I keep giving this away? I love this line. Stop trying to determine the method, and the means will instantly be received. Stop trying to determine the method in advance, how you're going to do this. And when you do that, the means will be instantly received by you. You don't have to know anything except that you are known with a capital K. You are known by God. That's the only thing you have to know. Then you will offer this same knowledge to everyone you see, everyone you meet, everyone you even think of. There's nothing left but this. You are the holy, perfect child of a holy, loving creator. And now it's up to you to act as the same in this world, to act as the divine, to give only the kingdom, to keep expanding beyond the point that you thought you could ever expand. You're not a balloon that will burst. You are the eternal radiance of an eternally loving God. That's who you are. So now, what does that spark or stir within you, Neil?
Haynes is a man who has written more books than I've read.
You haven't read very many books then.
Somebody said to me once, New Year's, I said, this year I'm going to finish my book. And I said to them, I understand because I'm a slow reader myself. This passage I was thinking as you were reading it, I was feeling this sense of not only will I receive this blessing from God, that I am a beautiful expression, a child of God, radiant, but everybody else is. So my encounter with people, I am seeing a blessed, holy child of God, and I'm in His presence. And every time I look in someone else's eyes, I have the opportunity to allow myself to let in the expression of love that a human being actually is. Human beings are amazing. It took evolution a long time to come up with that. We're kind of like the ultimate gadget, like the I human.
Oh, yeah, nice. Yeah, I human.
So we're a living, walking, breathing miracle that we kind of don't notice because we have a voice, somebody that we installed very early on that we've been kind of giving primacy to and listening to. And lately, I finally realized that voice is not my friend.
Not my friend.
Not my friend. It's not giving me the kind of advice or the guidance that I get when I allow God to guide me. And I had this vision once of a room, this kind of beautiful room, filled with these beautiful beings, all of them shining and holy and it's perfect. Except each one of them had a hand puppet. And the hand puppets were arguing with each other. And the beings never saw the other beings. They only saw the noise of the complaining hand puppets. So we have an ego. And the ego, actually, I'm going to put it this way. We don't have an ego. The ego has us. And if you don't separate yourself and start listening to it from a point of view of it, where does that come from? I made up a word that I think is really useful. It's an attitude. I tell people to be skeptimistic. A skeptimist is a, kind of a skeptical optimist. Someone says, yeah, well, maybe, but not automatically, really? Because your mind is telling you things that you shouldn't automatically define. Yeah. Especially when they're start judging other people. Or worse, judging yourself. So we kind of grew up with our worst enemy. And to be in a room like this, where we can turn and not only realize that little voice has been there all along, it's been there since we were little. That guidance you're getting from that, which most people follow, gives us the kind of world we see out there. The world out there is the world, that world is the world minus you. Now, I spent most of my life speaking to the outside world, looking at the outside world, looking at my external reality and saying, I can get something from this. This is where the action is. This is where I'm supposed to get to talk me out of my feeling of inadequacy. And now I realized, well, wait a minute, it's not so. I'm here to serve that world. That world is where the work is. Because I think we all can agree that what we're up to is what we want is to alleviate unnecessary suffering. Buddha says life is suffering, and it is. When you fall in love with someone or your parent, anybody you love, you're going to suffer because you're going to lose them, and they're going to lose you. That's the cost of loving, is the grief of losing. The only way around that is not to love. And so, giving yourself the the gift of opening to not the voice in your head, but to begin to question and put a kind of little bit of a separation between you and the belief in the voice that's talking to you. If the voice that's talking to you doesn't release you, doesn't uplift you, doesn't open your heart, doesn't make you weep, it's not God. You know, my voice is like really good. This is God speaking. And this is me. I really mean it. So there's ways of, I think, of navigating our life. I mean, the challenge is, here we are, feeling separate, obviously looking separate. The world entirely believes in separation, that this is the truth of us and the extent of us. When in reality, we have an inner world that is the universe to explore and to be loved in. My inner world is rich. Your inner world is full of treasures. It's the only place that contains what we yearn for. Even though what we yearn for, we end up looking outside of ourselves to find.
Yeah.
And when we don't find it, we think that either it's not there, there is no God, or I'm not worthy enough. But it's heartbreaking to watch people be pummeled within by this ego need to, you know, it's the parental part of you that is never satisfied with you,
Yeah.
that you cannot ever do enough for. And it robs you of your triumphs. Yeah, but you didn't, blah, blah, blah. That was great, but wait till next time. Most people live with that negative energy talking to them and trying to live on top of it. And I have relieved my ego of its job to do that. It doesn't need to navigate, doesn't need to protect me. God protects me. I don't need to have my guard up. All my life I had my guard up. I was raised in a milieu or an environment where having a quick insult and a quick put down was valued. So my life was about being with people who were going to jump on me as soon as I made a mistake. It's really wonderful to feel safe.
Mhm. Interesting.
Because the world really wants you. It understands you, it loves you, it wants you to win. The momentum of life is ever improvement, ever more sophisticated, ever more complex, ever more miraculous. And I spent my life living inside here because it was safe in here. Nobody could judge me in there. And I became very careful. My strategy was to do nothing. If I didn't do anything, nobody could blame me. My motto was, if I'm careful enough, nothing bad or good will happen.
Mm.
So we're among holiness. Each one of us is a holy child of God. And even everybody, not just us because we're here, but everybody is a holy child of God. We have the good fortune to be able to know that out loud with each other. And to know that we're heading home, we're walking each other home.
Yes. So this is beautiful. Thank you. And we have a few minutes left. And I want to bring Vicky into this discussion because this is what we're all called to live. And I've personally never met anyone in my life that lives this as powerfully and simply as Vicky Poppy. In fact, those of you who are in the Zoom room haven't met Gina. She's sitting in front of me, and she was given the highest compliment from our friend Amrit yesterday when she said, "You're just like Vicky. You just radiate Vicky." I don't know if you could ever receive a higher compliment than that. But Vicky, this whole discussion that Neil's been sharing, what would you like to add to that to put a button and just sew it right up?
Sew it up, Brother James. Thank you for such kind words, though, also. And I want to mention that maybe it's that mic that comes out a little choppy. It was very difficult to hear Neil on that mic. So just so you guys know, but what this brought to mind for me, it's where you started and where, Neil, you took us, that if we give all of ourselves to any present moment, then whatever is coming up, and all of us understand what you said, how the ego thrives on quick comebacks, insult and response and all that. It's been so typical of our way of life here in time in this split consciousness. And the answer was that very first one of those sentences you read. If we give ourselves complete attention, all our attention, like we do with a beloved that we're spooning with, that you're just thoroughly enjoying it. And the answer for me is, so what? No matter what's going on, so what? I love you anyway. That's the short form. So that's what forgiveness is. That's what keeping my mind single is. Because while we're in time, we're all going to be distracted. We've been, we've spent a long time learning this split consciousness, this false reality. So it takes a moment. So what? We love ourselves. We love each other. And the fruit of that is celebration. Barack is just walking in, bringing a big pot of homemade chili. Oh, good. Put them over there, and books, because we're about to celebrate. So one of the greatest gifts in my life has been this Boston extended family. And through it all, we have become a family that has loved each other and spent our time celebrating more than anything else. James, you know this. So no matter who came down the pike, we invite everybody in, and it doesn't matter what the topic is. The reason is our joining and our loving and our welcoming and our blessing everyone. So today, we're about to have a final gathering in Boston. Oh, I'm going to choke on that. And it'll never be final, because what is joined together only increases. Communication never ends. It only expands. But this particular form perhaps is coming to a close. So all of my brothers are coming to do what you suggested from the beginning to the end. No matter what, we celebrate. We celebrate that we can love now, and that we do love now. We have practiced learning the art of single focus, letting our eye be single to the presence in one another. That's all it is. If we're looking for God anywhere, if we open our hearts and our eyes to whatever present moment this is, it's always right there. There is no in and out. It's all one field of love. And as we celebrate it, we come into it, and it becomes so easy and so natural. So what? I love you anyway. Celebrating is natural to love. I don't know what they're doing out there. I hope the noise isn't too bad. But that was my 2 cents, Brother James. Thank you, everyone. I love you all. No matter what, so what? I love you. That's a single focus. That's the way that our hearts stay open, and we live by grace and not by fear.
It's nice to know that the celebration never ends. It just shifts in a different direction. You know, when Vicky had her huge, amazing house there in Quincy, Massachusetts, she was right. I mean, a party could erupt at any moment. There could be 30 people who just show up, and she would just instantly go into the kitchen and a meal would appear 15 minutes later. And I mean, anyone who's ever been to Vicky's house knows. So to not to feel as though something has ended because Vicky's moving to New Jersey and she doesn't have the big house. And I'm sure there's a part of some of the community there in Boston who might feel that, just as you were saying, Neil, that when we truly love and that person or that situation is no longer with us, there is a part of us that has to let go. And there is a part of, I'm sure, the people there in Boston who have to let go of the idea that the party is at Vicky's house. Because Vicky's doesn't have that house, but the house is within us. This is the perfect teaching. This is what we've been saying every day. The party is within. The celebration is here, not out there. It's not happening anywhere but within me now. That's what you were saying. That's what we're all, that's the only thing left to say. The party is in here. So celebrate. Any final words?
Just, yeah, there's a man named Thomas Berry, who was a theologian and mystical Catholic, wrote The Dream of the Earth and other essays. Incredible, huge vision. And he looked at what the community of life is doing. There's one word that expresses what the community of life, the entire community of life is doing. Celebration.
So let's celebrate. This is where it begins, right now. The only time it could begin, the only time we could jump in is right now. So should we do it? Once again, should we do it?
Yeah.
All right. How is everyone today? Awake and ready. How feels everyone today? Awake and ready. And so it is. Let's go celebrate. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Neil. Thank you, Vicky. Come on.
Thank you, everybody. Love you. See you tomorrow.
Keep them
Have a great day,
rocking.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye now.
Happy Thursday. Bye-bye.